Hello to those who came to my pick a card. This is going to be on how to spirit view you. So here is pile one, two, three, four, and five. Hello to those who've chosen pile one. Okay, you got a lot of cards coming out. I will for sure be able to show all of them, okay? I'll slide these over here and I'm starting out with this top portion. Oh yeah, when I was shuffling your card for the God Goddess deck, or never mind, it's the Goddess deck. Quatesh came out, but I was getting it was Baba Yaga vibes, and got the song by Ariana Grande, where she's like, "I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it, I want it, I got it." So basically, the Ariana vibe is supposed to be over here, coming off from Quatesh. Okay, so you're this bodyguard here. Spirit is telling me that Quatesh is me. I would like to preface this: whenever a reader includes their judgments and opinions in a reading, it's going to be very obvious. You should immediately reevaluate watching that reader ever again and their credibility. But this has never happened to me before, so I think that there's a reason why they're embedding me in this one card for this particular reading. So, how does spirit view you? If you were to, for some reason, interact with my spiritual self in the astral realm or in the metaphysical, spirit sees that I would walk all over you, or you would automatically have to obey me in my presence, be subservient towards me, or you would let me treat you like a doormat. Because I'm seeing you come out here, and spirit is saying that you're being like, I'm humble for this opportunity, I'm humble for this experience, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, if you objectively look at it from the outside looking in, I'm just walking all over you. I'm not respecting the skills and your assets. I'm not giving you jobs that revolve around it, I'm just not caring about you as an individual. I would personally say that you need to self reflect how you view other people who you deem as more powerful or more successful, have more experience than you, because you tend to minimize yourself, put them kind of on a pedestal because they be knowing this stuff. But in reality, I'm just letting you know, once you're able to attain the kind of knowledge that I have, let's say, you would be like, well, what the fuck? Why did she walk all over me? She didn't have to do that. Because our personalities are just different. So rather than you finding it out the hard way, where you've done the work, it's been years, and you realize that not only have I'm giving me as like an example, not only have I walked all over you, but other spiritual practitioners have walked all over you, other beings in this physical reality have walked over you, other spiritual beings have walked all over you, have been using you the wrong way. And is you going to learn it through a hard lesson? I think so, because you're stubborn, but at the same time, is you going to take it right now, Feels like a very harsh way to start off this reading. Spirit is also viewing you as you have a greedy side to you that wants more and more and more. Could this be you're greedy for experience, you're greedy for wealth, you're greedy for power? I don't know. You would know, because this is how spirit's viewing you. Spirit sees right through all of us. I'm just letting you know I have my flaws too, but so do you. So right now, I guess I'm just pointing them out because you probably don't want to self-analyze and look at yourself. And you tend to want to exploit and manipulate information that you extrapolate from a source. An example is, I'm here coming up as Quatesh. I'm here being a bossy, like letting you know my spiritual knowledge, and you're just like, oh yeah, I am just so grateful, Naomi. Like, thank you so much, this and that. And then you turn around, you would try to use that knowledge against me. Like, you would try to be passive aggressive and try to either one up me in whatever I just gave you like a little lesson on, or you would trash my spiritual home, break my barriers using that information. You have this exploitative nature that you need to get under wraps. This is what could be happening. I am describing you as a person in general, but maybe I'm describing your low vibing self back then. But now you've been doing the work. But there's a reason why they mentioned this dynamic. All right, but now we're going up to good news. So here, that's a lover's card in the deck. You have met the one that you are going to be with like for the rest of your life. You have already met your counterpart. This is not your counterparts coming in. This is you've already met them before. The partnership you are in currently, it's gonna be forever matrimony, beautiful, gorgeous, amazing. You know, y'all are gonna have great times together. Y'all are meant to be. This is just reconfirming that. If you are single, you are not going to be single soon. And the next relationship you're going to be in is going to be taken all the way to marriage. I can't even say, oh, there's a possibility of polygamy, there's a possibility of cheating, there's a possibility of third part, but like, no. Both of y'all are going to want to get married. And I don't know if that's going to surprise you or your person, but congrats to you. Yay. Woo. See, you got one up more on me than I ever will. So yes, that's how Spirit viewing you. They're seeing that beautiful connection that you got going for yourself. Over here with the Four of Wands in reverse, I'm channeling the song "Have Mercy on Me," and it's by Pop Smoke. You're giving me an earth fire duo, so that's probably pivotal in your little astrology chart. You're very, very gorgeous. You know, people can do attraction spells, love spells, beauty spells. You don't need that. Like, if anything, people look at you and it's like, oh, I wonder what kind of self care they do. I wonder what kind of spell work they do to make themselves come off as pretty. But you're just naturally like that. You're just that bitch. And I really think it's because you have found an inner peace. You've really re examined like all parts of yourself. You really have experienced over and over again, let's say like your traumas, purposefully just to learn from them. I think you've learned a lot of lessons in this life. I'm not surprised if you're an older person. Because of that, you've grown to love life because you love yourself. And the more you dug into your shadow self, the more you started loving yourself. A beautiful matrimony within yourself on the inside. Very, very well balanced. And I think that you would make a great cosmetologist, which is very, very random. Or I was going to say like a counselor. People who go through like marriage struggles, helping them out with that. Let's say like you're like a wedding photographer. I don't know why I'm getting wedding now. Maybe you could do stuff with wedding. I know there's this girl where she makes a living off of pretending to be the friends of bridesmaids. And over here with these two cards, you have a deep respect for nature, and it's just a different type of connection you have with nature. If you don't know this, I think you do. I think you're fully in alignment, to be honest. Even though I told you these bad things, honestly, it does not mean shit. Because over here, if you have plants inside your home, it's like a symbolism of success for you. So the more plants you have in your home, the more likely you are to reap in more wealth. You unconsciously or maybe consciously do plant magic. You embed spell work in it. You have such a natural green thumb and it would benefit you so much. It would shock me if you don't have plants outside or inside of your home. You need to get on that to get that money flowing in, even more money flowing in. With the Aloneness card there, this is actually relating to your wealth. I just feel like I'm talking with someone later on in their years. You know what you want to do in life, steadfast in your career, you're confident in your capabilities. You probably lead others. You feel like a trailblazer. But this came with a lot of soul searching. But I feel like you've already done it. Something I would like to mention is I was on TikTok. Here, I'm gonna move up the other cards. I was on TikTok and I saw this video of this guy, and he basically got a letter from his college letting him know that they had let him go from a scholarship from school. He started off the video so serious that I even thought that he was on a meeting call with that girl because he really did them wrong. I mean, they really did him wrong. So he was like, I just don't understand. Why am I not receiving this money? And she was like, Sir, we have made a list, and basically a list of everyone in that scholarship, and it meet a certain academic criteria, and he did not meet it. He was the only one on the list, and then he was said it so seriously. He was like, so I'm being punished for being a trailblazer? And I was like, what the fuck? Who says he said it so seriously, and I don't know how that girl did not react laughing, but clearly he was in a predicament where he was in academic trouble, probably because he was distracted in life. You get me? And I feel like you have been distracted a lot of times on your way, or if you're young, that is definitely what is still going to be happening throughout your years. But you're just gonna have a fun time with it, you know, and Spirit's gonna have fun time with you. And what do you know? It follows over here with the Four of Wands in reverse, and now it's leading over here to the Three of Wands in reverse. These both are in reverse because most difficult inner healing work that you will experience in this lifetime. Now that you've already looked in and reflected over here with the take the lead, you're going to be receiving massive amount of good karmas your way. You know the scales of justice. Let's say over here on the left is my middle finger, right? Is your bad karma, and before it was over here, and over here is my thumb is your good karma, and now it's balanced out. You are so fucking. I don't know why Spirit brought up that example that I would walk all over you. And I'm not even denying that because I'm not the nicest person whenever it comes to people or, you know, strangers. You are so in tune. You are so unique and powerful, like on your own. Whatever practices you indulge in, indulge sounds bad. I'm sorry. It makes it sound like sinful, but I meant like religious practices or self care practices, witchcraft practices, wealth practices. You have your routine down pat are going to create massive amount of wealth for yourself in this lifetime and generational income possibly, but you already know this, and I feel like they're both in reverse because you've already received either spiritual downloads about the fact that you're going to have a great life, you're going to have a good steady income, a good amount of money, or you're already experiencing that and you just know. So I feel like this whole placement moved around for a reason, right? So over here with the base chakra, you see how it's connected here with the lovers. This is connected to the person that you're, no, your forever person, whoever you're gonna be in a partnership with, whoever just say you're in a spiritual partnership with, and it's going to come into fruition in this reality. This person is, they're saying that they're lazy. So spirit sees you amazing and great, you know, you're making strides, doing great things, and then they say like, "Oh, your person's lazy." Like what? How does spirit view your person? Saying that they're pretentious, that they're a know-it-all, and they don't know what's coming. It's the antithesis of you. So over here, you're spiritual, you're so in tune. You love Source, Source loves you. You give love and gratitude towards everything, and therefore you get it reflected back. And you have such a beautiful, well formed way of viewing life. You get me? Your person feels very materialistic or just not spiritual. They're not as advanced in their journey. They still need time to grow into themselves. Because this is facts, and there's a reason why I'm bringing this up. You can only love someone else if you love yourself first. That's the only way you can feel true love. Your person has a long ways to go whenever it comes to that. Maybe you're meant to help guide them to fulfillment in all aspects of life. But yeah, now what's coming over here? Because it's connected with your person. So this is your ancestors coming in here with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. They're like, out of all the people, why is this person getting Power One pregnant? Like, why is this person gonna have Power One's kids? Or why did the universe choose for Power One to need to settle down with this person? Not only your ancestors, probably your actual family thinks that you deserve better. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not surprised. On the surface, you do, because there's a reason why it's in reverse, right? But the reality is, both of these are upright, and this is the Lover's card, man. Like, y'all are meant to be. So maybe it's a matter of time before they accept it, but overall, the ancestors are very disappointed in the choice of this person needing to marry you, stay with you long term, because they feel like you just deserve the best. And something I must warn you, because how does spirit view you? I already told you how spirit views you. It seems very beautiful. Your ancestors probably love you so much. It's a different kind of relationship whenever your ancestors come in, because bias can come in. And over here, with the they broke your heart, well, F them. They'll definitely be telling you this if y'all ever get into arguments. Let's say something tries to attack your person spiritually or tries to sabotage your relationship. You end up finding out that it's connected to your family or it's connected to your ancestors, and it's like, what the fuck? that is so messy. Like, why are you really rooting on our downfall and this and that? Know that they can get very petty with this and messy, but it's because honestly they want the best for you. They don't agree with this connection and they think that you deserve better. But just know that even though you're a person is like a little shit right now, they're still growing. They still need to very much evolve and get on your level. Let's be real. Even spiritually, and in the physical probably. Eventually they will come up on your level. You get me? Like, there's a reason why spirit has things in motion and in plan, and maybe there's a reason why I'm warning you about this with the ancestors, so that way you can know, like, let's say you are not in a partnership with this person yet, but you know you're about to, like, you know that y'all already dating. Just warning you. All right, that's all I have for you, Pile One. Please like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys have a great day or night. Bye. Hello to those who chosen Pile 2. So sorry if you hear any dinging in the back. Someone's like mass texting me right now. Too lazy to silence it. Let's begin. So I'm gonna start over here with the slowing down card. That's the Page of Pentacles there. This is gonna correlate into your reading, okay? First off, in the last pile, and I mentioned it in the beginning when I was shuffling for the goddess deck, whenever the card flew out, I didn't get to see it, but it said that it was getting Baba Yaga energy. So why am I getting Baba Yaga energy in this pile now? The pile right after that one. You were like, pile one, like maybe I want to choose that, but no, I'm still with pile two. I think you should also watch pile one. Second thing I gotta tell you is Spirit told me to tell you what is going on with me currently. There is this particular individual, promise I will tailor it to your reading, okay? That I am texting. I've set the boundary where I'm like, we're not friends like that. Like, I'll talk with you casually, but I have to get to know you in order for my trust to be gained with you, you know? So I want to start off slow because that's how you build love for someone in general, right? You start off slow. It's by the little things you endure with each other. It's how you build loyalty. This person probably has never dealt with someone like me because they're like problem dumping on me. So I'm not about to have it. So I'm gonna leave this person on red, and if they got an issue with that, I'm gonna let them know straight up, like, I already set my boundary before and this and this and this. Why has the, you know what? Maybe a power one kind of does correlate. So there was a card that came out. I was in the reading. Like, it was odd. Like, Spirit was comparing my energy to Pa One's energy in one card, though. It did not carry on throughout the whole reading. But I feel like my energy is kind of being added in over here with this Page of Pentacles interpretation. So, look, I gave you that example, and I think you're the person who was mass texting me. Spirit, the way that they view you, I am being very honest. They are saying that you got nothing going on for you. You're doing nothing productive with your life. I'm not surprised if you suffer with one or up to multiple mental disorders. You keep on reaching a wall whenever it comes to treatment, or with a slowing down card, you're not even seeking out treatment. You're just doing your own thing there. Probably sitting on the couch every single day, having someone like take care of you. You're not really doing much with your life. You don't really got ambitions. You don't really got goals. And it's one thing for you to have ambitions and goals, and you're setting things in motion so that way it can come true and it can manifest, but you don't got those. Or the ones that you do got, you change your mind every single month. You're a very fickle person whenever it comes to your finances. You're not reliable or stable for a boss to be able to rely on you, and not surprised you've been fired from multiple jobs. That's where you're at. But that's really sad. I really hope that you're able to get out of this funk. I am channeling this, like, I guess you can say a severe message, but you can be going through like a phase in life. I understand, like, you just gotta tailor the energies for how it is. With this dream, it's Six of Cups card, you really gotta work on your daddy issues, girl. You got something going on there that's festering in you. I don't know if this is momentary in life, or maybe this is like a pick me up because you've been experiencing this for years. You don't know why, you just have no drive, no goal that stick. Nothing has manifested in your life. Let's say your friends are always in and out. You can't really trust or rely on people. You have bad luck whenever it comes to your finance. Like this, it stems from your father's side. This could be a generational curse. This could be some kind of influence your father has had on you, or a father figure has had on you, that you have to overcome, learn from, accept, and forgive in order for your life to start going right. because I'm just letting you know that you have been delaying this work for a while, or maybe for a long time. I don't know what your specific situation is. It's come to a point where spirit's putting you in a standstill, making sure that nothing comes your way, nothing good comes your way until you work on this. You gotta put in the work, pal, too. So the time has come. You have to start facing your healing. Not gonna say this easy. It looks very, very painful. I mean, look, you're coming up here as the Eight of Swords, or the issue, the daddy issue is like really coming up there. I'm so sorry for what your father's put you through, or if you had a decent father, or if you had no father, it's just your father's generational curses, like on their side. You had to carry it through your bloodline and you gotta work through it. That's the only way for you to start having manifestations coming in, start having high vibing opportunities or people come into your life. So when I put this card down, the Five of Fire, I was getting that it was like trembling and shaking. There with the Five of Fire, you have to reconnect with a past person. Could it be this father figure? I don't know. The person that is trembling, their little boots, it's not you. It's someone that you have to confront. But this feels more familial. Let's say you were raised up in an orphanage. This was the person that oversaw all y'all and took care of y'all. This person knows more about your past, more about your trauma than they let on, or has not outright confronted you about the trauma, or something that has to do with this Eight of Swords that is holding you back. This person can help you make massive leaps in your healing journey because you're coming with the moon. You won't find it hard to confront this person. It's just extrapolating the information out of them is going to be a little difficult, but you can do it. And at the end of the day, just know that this person who you're going to confront to be able to heal your wounds, this person is going to act out in anger. You know, people, whenever they're frustrated or scared, they're just like barking, boom, boom, like they're just all talk, cuss at you, they just degrade you. Some people have that coping mechanism, and I think this person has that. I think that you see right through that, pal, too, and you have to try your best to be able to move on from this trauma that has stuck you where you're at, or this generational curse that stuck you where you're at, and you have to move on. The only way to do that is by confronting this familial member. And you want to know what the best part out of all of this, Paul, too, is the fact that this is literally written out for you. I think that over here you were stuck because you don't really know what to do, how to get out of this funk. I'm literally giving you like a little task. Over here with the slowing down, I'm not even surprised if you're straight up even cut out from source. You're questioning your own connection with spirit this moment. This is a reading to give you not only confirmation about what you've been going through, but also to help you out. I really want to see you be able to turn your life upside down from this, Paul, too. I really hope you do. So now we're moving over here to the Baba Yaga, right, in reverse. The Baba Yaga in reverse is secretly connected to the Ace of Fire, but the Ace of Fire don't even know it. The Baba Yaga card is supposed to represent you, giving off the same energy here with the Page of Pentacles, where you're still soul searching. You feel lost. This whole theme is feeling lost and confused and just stuck in the pit of feeling pathetic, worthless, and consumed by like malice and greed. Let's say if you have been through trauma, you can't help but your personality perpetuates an environment where it reaffirms malice and greed. You get me? Just low vibrational things in your environment. You think that you're stuck here and you're trying your best to look at avenues to look at a way out. You're neglecting the actual answer. The actual answer is not only so fucking simple to get out of, you would take it in a heartbeat. Spirit wants you to be able to come upright and to be able to see the source, to be able to see your way out, which is first by connecting back with source. So I don't know if you don't know what it's like to have a connection with any type of spiritual beings. If you don't, then that's going on your spiritual journey, healing yourself. Once you naturally heal yourself, you're going to start aligning, becoming more higher vibrational, and then you're going to be able to better connect with source, and then you will be able to have a loving bond, unconditional bond in between you two, a strong bond. Then whenever you have that bond reestablished, that is whenever you're able to get out of this low vibrational environment or low vibrational way of thinking, or both. Whenever you'll be able to actually see your way out. One personal example I would like to give to you is I was raised up in an environment that was not the most amazing for a child to be raised up in. Very, very low vibrational environment, and it really, really impacted me. The only way for me to had start the healing journey was to leave. I had to leave my household, left that whole region, and go off on my own and pursue my own education by myself, living in the city by myself. When I had decided I was going to move and pursue my education on my own out there, if you had told me that 3 years prior that I was going to do that, that would have never crossed my mind. I would have never thought that was an option. Even before that, leaving my hometown, let alone leaving my siblings behind to deal with that mess too, would have never thought I would have done that. And that's one example I can use in my life to show you that you can leave your circumstance. You can literally up and leave anywhere. You really can. Yes, there could be financial repercussions, there could be social repercussions, but at the end of the day, if it's what makes you fucking happy, if it's what gets you out of this disgusting funk energy, you don't deserve to be in this energy. You don't deserve to feel fucking like passionless, dead in a sense. You deserve happiness. You deserve source. You deserve God. You deserve love. You deserve wealth. The only way for you to do that is to be able to rethink and reprogram societal norms that have been established in you, mental patterns, your interactions with people, people's interactions with you. You get me? You gotta reevaluate all that. And I know what it's like to literally have to go through that. And it sucks because it took me like years. I'm still doing it, but it feels like you're on your healing journey right now, pal, too. And I don't know if someone had passed away. I don't know what you went through to trigger this. Or maybe you've been going through this for all your life, but I just wish nothing but the best for you and for you to be able to overcome it because you can. But the only way you can is by trusting in Source. To show Source that you love them, that you respect them, is by working on yourself and loving yourself. Because you have to love yourself first before you love someone else. Which is so funny because you know how I told you the person that's been mass texting me? It's about that subject. This person, they're just a mess in love. You get me? And I told them that right now. So it's really interesting. Please like, dislike, comment, subscribe, how to. Good luck. Honestly, I have a smile on my face right now because this is a beautiful reading because there is hope for you. You just needed guidance. You needed someone to reconfirm things. You needed someone to help you out. Bye. Hello to those who've chosen pile 3. Okay, you got very little cards. Doesn't mean that this is going to be a bad reading. Well, I know maybe your reading's going to be the longest, I don't know. But let's begin, and I'm going to start with the full card. The song's been coming out for like almost every single pile, but you're getting the song, I think it's called Mercy by Pop Smoke. Why not look up his birthday? Like, if it correlates with his reading, then that's crazy. Because I keep on getting his song. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, Pop Smoke keeps on coming up. I mean, I like Pop Smoke, but I'm not a fan. I looked up his birthday. His birthday is not right now. Right now is February. I looked up, well, when did Pop Smoke die? Because he passed away, and he passed away on February 19th. That is literally it's just about to come up. So that's crazy. Interesting. Pop Smoke helping me doing these little readings. If you even know him, if you know him. Why am I bringing that up? You see, why did I decide to look it up in the middle of your pile? I keep on getting the urge to sneeze, but I'm not about to sneeze, don't worry. That's a sign that certain manifestations are on its way. So y'all know that body calculator, that's a horrible way to explain it. There's different human design, there you go. I mean, like a tractor, I don't know what other ones, I just know mine. And mine is, I'm a manifesting generator. You feel like a manifester if you were to do those. You are really living in alignment with your soul. You're very spiritual. This specific pile has access to metaphysical abilities. So maybe you have experienced or are still experiencing very significant paranormal activity. Your signs or synchronicities are insane. Like, you are so in tune and flux with spirit. It's just a beautiful ebb and flow here. You have a very gorgeous inner world and imaginative mind. Your mind is very, very fascinating. I think that here with the Fool, all throughout your life, it's going to be a theme. You're going to forever be wondering, who am I? What interests spark me up? And you're never going to have one stable interest or one stable hobby, because it's always going to be forever changing. Because you're just a very eclectic soul that just wants to learn things all at once. You're the type of person to have multiple projects, leave them open ended, and you get the ultimate satisfaction and gratification by finishing them all at the same time. So, like, you start them all up, you come back to them once in a while, once in a while, once in a while, and then the grand finale is all at once. You got such a beautiful, gorgeous soul. Whenever you're going to pass on, your spiritual presence is going to be insane. The people that say you want for others to acknowledge your presence, that could even be in the astral realm too, in the spiritual realm. You're really making your presence known there, especially with this manifesting energy I'm getting. You can manifest your energy whenever you pass on into this physical reality. Whenever they talk about paranormal activity and about like stepping throne, a ghost pushed me and saved me from being hit by a car, something like that would definitely be you. You're very smart. I'm also getting that. That had nothing to do with example. So over here is the Helen of Troy card, and I'm getting that it's connected over here with the get some sleep. Spirits warning you about a specific event in life that you've experienced beforehand that has the possibility of it coming up right now. But what this feels like is rumination. You have some unhealed wounds around the specific trauma. The scale to how bad it is, it don't even matter because it's trauma at the end of the day. Like, a breakup is traumatic. You having to drop your friend and having to move on to like a whole different friend group because your friend and then that friend group was toxic, that is in a sense traumatic. You know, like, you're losing your source of intimacy, love. It's a different kind of hurt whenever you break up with a friend. And I keep on bringing up friend examples. This has to do less with like romance and more with or matters of people who are very close to you, like family. Maybe this comes in waves. Maybe someone's birthday. That's crazy. Dude, didn't I told you. Remember how it was like, why did I look up? I'm getting goosebumps. Why did I look up Pop Smoke's death date right now? And it's right, it's coming up. Someone passed away. The day's coming up for like their birthday, whenever they passed on. And that's why Spirit's warning you about ruminating on it. They really, the best way to commemorate whoever you have lost. But I know that is so hard to do, especially with them being so freaking close. Trust me, I know that takes a lot of healing and a lot of strength to be able to commemorate a lost loved one with nothing but like fondness and happiness. Man, you want to know what I'm thinking about too? Damn. There was this video I saw. That shit. No, I was in tears. There was this man and his friend had died. I don't know if it was by a drive-by. I don't know if he got hit. He was on some kind of sidewalk, right? And there was like a cross there. His friend would visit him every week or every day. I forgot how often, but he would always give him new flowers. It had already been years, right? So he made a video. He walked up to the site where his friend had passed away. He was talking about how much he was happy, how much he loved and missed him, how much he wished that he could see him prosper the way he's doing. And then he brought up his friend's daughter, and he was talking about he's so proud of his friend's daughter and that he's been taking care of his daughter ever since he passed away. I think he even mentioned something about college. I kind of forgot because it's been a long time since I've seen that video, but that video it fucking hit my heart, because something that's often normalized in POC communities is to suck it up that emotions are the enemy. You're strong by putting on a brave face. You're strong by not shedding a tear. But this man showed so much fucking emotional vulnerability. It was such a beautiful video because it just shows you can make strides within your healing work. You can know the difference between right and wrong. You can know that true strength is by wearing your heart on your sleeve. Honestly, that is true strength, because hiding it keeping it to yourself, being scared of experiencing emotions, that's cowardness. Only the real ones know that, you get me? I don't know why I went off on this tangent, I'm sorry. Maybe you needed to hear that. Maybe you need to look up that little video. It was so touching. It was so beautiful. I hope you're able to get through it if this has to do with someone who has passed on. So now we're moving on over here. This is the sacral chakra, and this is the rebel card. I'm getting this song by this artist named Stormy. She's like, I don't wanna grow up, I wanna have fun. And now I'm getting the Mariah Carey song, Beautiful Disaster. I cannot bother to sing in her notes, so I think that's what it's called, Beautiful Disaster. Yeah, Spirit's telling you not to change for anyone, to be yourself. I think the reason why I mentioned the heart on your sleeve is because you're like this. And I think I was just reaffirming to you that whenever it comes to whatever this trauma is, to whatever this person is that passed on, to not be afraid of your emotions and to face them. You get me? Because whenever you face your emotions regarding a trauma or regarding someone who has passed on, that is the best way to heal, not by avoiding it. Be patient with yourself, give yourself time. So, how does spirit view you? Compared to the last two piles, I feel like there was a lot of specific details, more cards that came out for you. The reason why so many cards did not come out, I'm relating it to myself, but this is probably what you experienced. I feel like I'm at a point in my spiritual journey where, to be honest, I don't need pick of cards. Like, I can just ask. If I'm bored, like I'm not working or like I'm not doing stuff around the house, or maybe I'm doing stuff around the house and I'm tired of listening to music, then I'm just like, like fine, I'll just do a pick a card. But I already know I can sift through like what information is true or false. You get me? Especially whenever it comes to love, like I just already know. And I feel like that's the way you are. That's why this reading's gonna be very succinct and to the point. You don't need me to draw on that bullshit. You just need the specific, hard hitting facts, and you don't need many because you're so in tune with the divine that you already know what's facts for you. You just need to be told what you're not aware of, or something that you need to reflect on, something you need to prepare for. But I'm getting here with the solar plexus. This is solar. Oh, yeah, solar plexus, that you have really beautiful or gorgeous hair. I think you're the type of person that likes to change up your hairstyle, or you like to wear like hats, stuff to accessorize it. And just know that the way that you accessorize or the way that you fix your hair, it's commemorating and honoring your ancestors. And I don't know if you know it. I don't know if you do like cultural braiding. Some people wear hijabs. Maybe you wear a hijab. That's your way of commemorating, your religion. I don't even know if you even realize it, but you give respect to your ancestors by the way that you do your hair. And over here with the Rebel card, Spirit has a lot of all spiritual beings, but I think this can't help but seep out into the physical reality. People in the physical reality are very intimidated by your energy. They feel like you're a mystery and they feel like there's something missing in you. It's missing in you is the fact that in their mind, they're societally programmed to like certain things, to see things a certain way, or to keep on following the rules. And you think anything but that. Like you think outside the box, especially here with the Fool. You are in your own league. So that's why some people may say to others or may gossip to others about you. You have a few screws loose in your head. Yeah, that person must have been through a lot of trauma. Like that's why they came out weird like that. Like I can picture some people talking bad about you in this physical reality. But the people who are with it, the people who have done the work that you've done on yourself, see you for who you authentically are. And that is not many people. You are not for everyone. And you're the type of person, like how explained over here, that you wear your heart on your sleeve. Like you still have your struggles. Whenever it comes to your emotions or traumas, you're still trying to heal. But it's all the respect for you and admiration towards your efforts, towards your ethic, whenever it comes to spiritual stuff. So, like your spirit guides, your ancestors, angels, whatever you call upon on whenever it comes to spiritual beings. Some people will work with demons, you're a demon. Everyone can't help but respect you in the spiritual realm, let me tell you. You wear your crown right on your head, and you do the same shit whenever you wear your crown in the physical reality. But the difference is that a lot of people have an issue with it, or you come off as a very polarizing figure. But it feels like now that I'm seeing it, you're actually very headstrong. I meant strong will. You know who you are and you will stand firm in your decisions, on your opinions, and on helping others, things like that. So overall, oh God, you are such a steady, balanced person, but you already know that. I'm just surprised now because at first I thought you were going to be a little emotionally off kiltered here in the near future. I cannot believe it related to Pop Smoke like that. That's crazy. But you ended up just you're a strong person. You know yourself. You know how to heal yourself either way. I mean, just gotta be patient. Your only obstacle in this whole thing, the only bad thing about you, which let's be real, it's not even bad. It's just it is what it is patience on yourself whenever it comes to healing wounds, getting over, lost loved ones. Getting over the low vibrational feelings whenever it comes to associating lost loved ones with them, and instead associate them with the memories that you made with them, with happiness and joy. Yeah, so that's all I have for you, Paw3. Such a powerful, gorgeous reading. I hope that you found this helpful, and I wish you nothing but the best whenever it comes to whatever this Helen of Troy card is representing. So please like, dislike, comment, subscribe, and I hope you guys can come back again on my channel. I think I phrased that wrong, sorry. Bye! Hello to those who are going to be choosing pile 4. Okay, your pile is going to be very, very interesting. The first thing I channeled, simply me setting the intention for all the piles, right? To have the right people come. Your pile was corrupt. So I was like, shoot, gotta write that down. So I did. And then as I was pulling out the cards here, over here with the open up, which is the 4 of fire, that was the corrupting force. You also got the 7 of swords coming out here, so it's very interesting. So I guess we'll start down here and then I'll make sure to show all the cards in frame, but this is the Taurus in reverse. So with the Taurus, you're probably an earth sign, or that's very, very significant in your birth chart. Maybe right now, whenever you're watching this, you know how there's certain planets that are significant. I'm not too into astrology, but I know with your natal chart, some things transit, some things don't. So maybe something special is transiting that's like a planet in an earth sign right now, probably specifically in Taurus. How does spirit view you? Have I even pile 4s? You're a conundrum. There with the 7 of swords, you work with very high vibing deities, angels, whatever you believe in. I think you're well versed in the spiritual arts. The reason why I'm saying that is, okay, look, malefic energy or low vibing people, low vibing energies would interpret you as two-faced, as if anything the opposite of earth, which is an air sign. I'm getting the word tricky, but I feel like I'm not channeling it properly. It's like you like to poke the bear to get a reaction out of it, then afterward you decide to make a decision. If spirit sends you on a quest, instead of you going the easy way, you choose to go the hardest path, the most extra path on earth, because that's how you learn more. It's very fickle. You come from a very stable, loyal sense of self. You're also loyal to the people who are close to you, probably. With the 7 of Swords, I'm getting that you probably don't have a lot of attachments to people or to things in general. You're giving me like nomad kind of vibes. And the reason why I brought up that malefic or low vibing energy see you as an air sign is because they see you as you have no commitments. You don't know how to settle down. You don't know what you're doing with your life. You don't know yourself truly. You're just very erratic, just a conundrum, an enigma that no one can solve. But the people who know you, who are close to you, which I think are only high vibing energies, you will not even tolerate family members or friends who are low vibing, by the way. Only the high vibing energies, high vibing spirits know that you have a very, very stable sense of self and a very stable outlook on life that's like pretty consistent. Just like to go about things in a very weird and dramatic way. You just have a dramatic flair about you. Maybe you got some Leo, or I can't really think of any other time that's like dramatic. Maybe you got some of that in you, to add that little spice. There is a method to your madness. You're not for everyone. That is for this physical reality, also in the metaphysical, because you only work with the most freaking high vibing spirits, super, super freaking strong. It's a reflection of you, of like what you can tolerate in your environment. Only high vibing people, truly the ones that know themselves, who have gone through similar things what you've gone through or have similar levels of maturity and only understand the method to your madness, why you go about things the way you go about things. So eccentric. By the way, there was a pile that literally the Three of Wands came out and the Four of Wands came out. I don't know if it was pile one or pile two. I'm getting that their group is the antithesis of you, which is crazy how these piles are coming together. So in their pile, these two came out in reverse, but I think it's coming up right for you because you just know how to channel something properly that pile didn't really know how to. I think in that pile, Spirit brought me up in a car. They said I would walk all over them and they would just be so happy to even be receiving my knowledge and blah blah if they ever met me spiritually. You're in your upright energy because you have that discernment that pile lacked, that maturity, there you go, blossoming that lacked. What that is you can even be younger than that pile because that pile was getting that a lot of older people were there, but you've gone through things, pile four. You know what it's like coming out from the gutter, having to only rely on yourself. You're the type of person where you came from poverty. If you were well off, you were just by yourself and like with your nanny. You came from nothing. You came from no ounce of social support to accumulating people, accumulating wealth that can be tailored only towards your energy. If a lot of people who started off where you were at would have given up to societal norms or the societal way of living, or if it's on the other side where you came from poverty, where you were like depressed, some people would have probably offed themselves. Some people would definitely have not done the work that you have done. You're definitely a black sheep of your family. Your ancestors see you like a black sheep. This card is connecting to your ancestors, which is here with the Three of Fire. It's you paving your own way and showing the example. This one, I'm not even surprised if you have siblings or you were close with your cousins. You teach younger people and you're an amazing example for them. How for if you're in the industry of teaching or some type of work where you're working with little kids, that is the way to go. You are meant to be a trailblazer in this life like that by showing the young. I got goosebumps. Wow. What's the right way to go about life? You don't have to go the hard way. You don't have to go the easy way. You can go your own way. You don't have to go the way that's expected of you. The only way to truly be happy in life is to be comfortable in your heart, which is with your emotions, and be comfortable in your mind. You already are at a point where you can preach to people, you can share your knowledge to people. Once again, you're not for everyone. Some people may take it as you being arrogant, as you being too much, you adding too extra to the conversation. Like, I didn't need to know that, I didn't even ask you for that. But others who are high vibing or who are willing to do the work will see your gifts, your skills, and your words for the beauty that it holds. And they will try to follow it, which is by befriending you. Seeing the value in you is just really what it is. You see, I knew y'all were something else. This pile was something else because look at all this is coming out. Oh, you can't really see it. Okay, there. So over here, this is the Chariot card, and over here on sideways it says you got a feeling, you just can't shake. The little voice inside you, listen to it. Two songs have been cycling for each pile, and this one is that song by Janaiko and her husband Big Sean, and she's like, when you said it was over, you shot right through my heart. So despite me literally just raving about you, saying nothing but positive things, in the Chariot in reverse, you're currently at a moment in life where spirit is forcing you to be cut off from the world or cut off from other beings and focus on you. You're going through a rebirth type of process. You have to realign yourself again. This is giving me death vibes, if anything. The death card vibe. And this is reiterating with your childhood where you came from nothing. Like, you're so used to independently going about it on your own, finding things out on your own. Spiritually, you've been stripped of everything. Let's say stripped of your abilities momentarily. I'm also getting this is only momentarily, but it's because you got to learn a certain lesson. So, okay, you want to know something I'm going to mention to you? Like a few days ago, I had this nightmare that was so freaking vivid. You know those movies where you live out your day and then let's say like you get killed and then you wake up and then it's the same day over again and then you get killed. You can forever live on once you choose to make different decisions so that way you don't get killed. That's the type of dream I had, but I was a sister. I had a brother and it was like an apocalyptic vibe, and each time he passed away, each time he died, it would start all over again. So it was like a nightmare for me. It was so trippy and up once I was able to break the cycle because she ended up dying instead of him. But that's how I was able to wake up. It was so freaking trippy. But my point is, after that, actually, I'm not supposed to tell you what happened after that. You're probably experiencing something like that where you're getting like premonitions, but they're terrifying, or you're getting downloads, but they're scary. Like something about spirituality at the moment is having you shaking your little boots. Not that you're questioning your connection with spirit, you're connecting your physical reality. Like, why am I so attached to this person? Why am I scared to let this person? Why am I scared to find out more? I should not have trauma around using this specific spiritual ability if I want to help others. So why am I terrified to use it again? You probably received a download where someone is going to pass away, or someone, just some kind of like dark thing. For this case, spirits letting you know that you should really have hope in the divine. You've done this many, many times, but with this being the flow card, you have to release yourself to the divine and be humble enough to be open as a conduit to do what they tell you to do. Who are you to be greedy enough to change an outcome because it doesn't fit your prerogative? It's going to hurt you. You have to do what needs to be done, and you know that. It's just a matter of you accepting it. You feel like a very, very intense pile. I would also like to say I'm not surprised if you have like a mental disorder or like a mood disorder. Channeling like ADHD, bipolar, those extremes. So you know how I said that there was something corrupt about your pile and I channeled that and this was the corrupting force? The Four of Wands is supposed to represent a person that's not supposed to be there, who is taking from your energy, but this feels more in the metaphysical. They are, I don't know if you can see that. They're draining you of your life force and your abundance, and I think you're being okay to allow it. You know how I told you these two cards came out in that previous pile? You know how I said you are the polar opposites? They came up with a weakness, and you also have a weakness. This is your weakness, is that once you're loyal to someone, you're hopelessly loyal to them. Let's say you have a huge fat checklist. You're just verifying if this person's a good person, if this person is not corrupt. And they passed it all, but they passed it all a few months ago or a few years ago. But that doesn't mean that they're the same person today. Whatever this person's been going through is clearly bad. Now they became an energy vampire and you're allowing them to take your life force. But the thing is that you know it. You know that what they're doing is not right, but you think, okay, I have to surrender over here. They'll get their karma. I just wish nothing but the best for them. It's like you trying to get just in the situation by showing them compassion and love, but Spirit's telling you that you have to put your foot down. You know how I said they've given you a download that you don't like or that is scary? It's probably related to this person. And I don't know if you just don't want to believe it or if you don't want to act on it, but you have to. You have to cut them out. You have to put boundaries also after you're done doing that because they're going to come back and want to do it again. Maybe this person's very seductive to you, or they're just so charming with their words and they are so good at getting their way whenever it comes to you, though. If this person had another face on him, if this person was in another vessel, you would not put up with it. You would cut it out. But Spirit's telling you, Spirit's warning you, you got to do it. And the reason why I mentioned the other pile is that they were hopelessly devoted to people who were of higher vibration, people who had knowledge. Like they just automatically saw them as and were like, oh my gosh, I'm hopelessly devoted to you, like you can't ever do anything wrong. The antithesis with you is that you're not like that, but you're hopelessly devoted to people even if they're low vibrational energy. And that's something that pile would not tolerate. But at the same time, you wouldn't tolerate the first thing I said about them. It's just really interesting how it all connects. For how does Spirit see you? I basically told you the gist of it in the beginning, and this is more of a message with these 4 cards, what Spirit wanted, but it was just reconfirming with your intuition because you already know this. Gotta get on it. That's all I had for you. Please like, dislike, comment, subscribe, and good luck with this, okay? Bye! Hello to those who are going to be choosing Pile 5s. Pile 5. So, just like all of them, your reading's also going to be interesting. Before I even put down any cards, I set the intention for only high-vibing beings and for this reading to resonate based off of your most realistic timeline too. Maybe this is yours because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be choosing this pile. The first one connected with an energy was powerful, but they didn't like my attitude, so they kind of started degrading me. Maybe this is what your spirit guides do. I have met a spirit guide that does that. They just don't even like me. They were telling me very rudely that I was not supposed to set either of those like intentions. So I was like, this is just for your good. This was nothing to argue with, you get me? They did not go about it a great way. And then that's when another spirit came in that was probably going to present the larger collective of y'all. She told me why those two intentions were not going to work. And it was because you're not high vibing, but you were on your way to working to get there. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense why I can't even set the most realistic timeline, because you have the ability to shift it right now too. If you decide to suddenly apply to other jobs and then you get another job and then you just quit that other job that you hated so much, that's you shifting your own timeline. Who knows the spirit expects that of you or not? They probably don't, but you could. Put in scientific terms, the variables are unstable and they're not predictable. So that's what you are. You're an unpredictable variable that iffy on your timeline if it's going to shift to its highest good still, or if it's going to go back to the same low vibing energy. Maybe right now you're in the process of a spiritual awakening, you're in the process of bettering yourself, of healing. Definitely giving me like beginner's mind, like this is your first time doing it. So don't be discouraged that I was not able to set the intention that you are a high vibing person, because you are on your way there. So I'm gonna start here with this Amaterasu card. Here, let me just shift this. Spirit loves you a lot. Your spirit team is small, but it's mighty. They have a lot of hope for you. They really, really, really wish you can go about things the least combative way. You want to know what this is giving me? It's giving me like fallen angel vibe. What I mean by that is there are some people out there where they are so down bad, where they have neglected to hear the calls of spirit, neglected spirit's advice for so long that they just give up. Like their spirit guides are super freaking distant from them, probably so disconnected from their soul, and their soul is like suffering. I've seen people like that spiritually. It feels like you've came from that energy where spirit had given up on you, and now you're turning eyes, you're surprising them in the fact that you are becoming more insightful and wanting to be more knowledgeable, not only like spiritual craft, but the possibility of working on yourself. You're just barely turning your head away from hive mind, from societal expectations. Your everyday life practice can be going to work. In a sense, that's like a ritualistic thing, especially if you have like a 9 to 5, you're full time. You're choosing to look away from that and be like, there's more to reality than just this. Your spirit team, I'm seeing them really excited and happy that you're finally having this kind of like revelation. And over here, I'll put it back here. The heart chakra. They're telling me impending doom, but I know what this feels like. Spirit is going to send you multiple tower moments within the next year or so that are going to force your body to unblock certain chakras, but this feels unnatural in that you're not ready for it. You know how some people can only be gifted certain knowledges because they have the wisdom and the experience to use it correctly or to speak it correctly? They're just throwing you in to the wolves. That's all I'm gonna say, because you don't have that knowledge or wisdom, and they're just straight up just opening your heart chakra. The heart chakra is there, so maybe it's gonna start off like that. It's gonna continue on with the other chakras, like they're gonna force them to randomly just open. You're gonna perceive it as tower moments because they're gonna be putting you in uncomfortable scenarios. First off, it's gonna start off with inner work, then it's gonna veer towards your physical reality where people start dropping you, or you're forced to drop people. You're forced to quit your job. You're forced to leave your hometown, but you're seeing them as mistakes. You're seeing them as like, what have I done? Why did I do this? I was too impulsive. I was honestly, throughout this whole time of these tower moments, you're living in alignment with spirit. I'm already getting goosebumps in my little thighs here, okay? Breaking the expectations of yourself and that other people have of you. You have to break them because you're going to transform into a whole new person and you can't continue on with societal expectations on you. And I'm so sorry, this is not going to be easy. I can have empathy for you. The irony in this is that, you know how I told you the first one's probably going to be the heart chakra being open? When I first started my spiritual journey, I didn't even mean to. I didn't give a fuck about spirituality. I just gave a fuck about curing my anxiety. I started meditating a lot. I was like, you know what, this meditation kind of boring. I would just stay still with myself. I would feel very good afterward, but I was like, well, why not listen to binaural beats or like frequency beats? I was doing that for like weeks on end, and then suddenly my heart chakra just opened. I started hallucinating. I was freaking out. I thought I was going through psychosis, y'all. I was like, oh my God, I'm so scared. But my point is, that's probably something similar to what you're going to experience, where you didn't want to find spirituality just found you. Even though you're still on this pick card does not mean that you're a spiritual person, because at this moment you're not a spiritual person, but you're going to eventually become it. That's how you can grasp the most highest outcome and the most appreciation for life, is by loving and having spirituality in your life, like accepting it in your life. Okay, so with the Aquarius, the first thing I was getting is that maybe you're an Aquarius rising in your little chart. There's different types of way to interpret astrology. One of them is Vedic astrology, which is the Indian one, which I feel like that's way more accurate for me. You probably have very pivotal Aquarius placements there. Do you see that fly? I'm sorry. So I already told you how spirit sees you. You've renewed hope in them now. You can go on a spiritual journey or spiritual path. Keep in mind, guys, not everyone is meant to go on a spiritual path. There's some people where it's just expected of them to be focused on the physical, play out their karmas like that without having an ounce of spirituality, or without like subscribing to a religion. If they do subscribe to a religion, they don't ever feel God. They don't ever feel whatever they're praying to. There's a reason why you're here. And you're meant to feel it, feel spirit, and connect with them. Over here, I think this is the future you. Maybe in the next 3 years, once everything's been done and encapsulated, is established. Over here, you're the card you're giving too many Fs, give 0. I'm channeling to cry, but I don't want to cry. So I think you're going to be so freaking proud of yourself. That's an understatement right there of the words I'm using, because in the next 3 years, you would have never seen where you were going to be at in that trajectory. It's like if I had never chosen to change, I would have still been in the same shitty situation with the same people in the same shitty environment that you're in currently. You don't even see it. You don't even know. Your mind being stuck in a paradigm and you have to break out of it. And this is you in the next 3 years, right at the end of it, just reflecting back on it, not only breaking out of that paradigm, but being comfortable in being yourself, or becoming more comfortable, right? Because we're still learning, to accept ourselves and love ourselves. It feels so beautiful. This is giving how I look back on myself now, from when I started my spiritual journey to where I'm at. I was a very, very lost soul. I'm getting the vibes that you are too. Prior to me having that heart chakra awakening, that my spirit team gave up on me, I was bad. I was bad. I was lost. I was messy. It was horrible. I'm just so grateful to have walked the spiritual path and to be able to give blessing this reading. I would have never been giving you this reading if I had not walked that spiritual path. I never saw this for myself years ago. So imagine what's there to come once you put in the work. Once you stay consistent, once you build that discipline whenever it comes to spirituality and you healing yourself. So this is a specific message over here with the eat your veggies. If your mother has passed on, just know that throughout this whole spiritual awakening process, she's waiting for you on the other side for you to reach out to her, or a mother-like figure. So that could also be your grandma or whoever that was to you, your tia. There's people in my family who are my cousins, but I call them my tios or my tias. It's a superiority thing. I see them as have my respect in like a Theo way rather than like a cousin way. You get me? But like cousin's more informal. So maybe that's the kind of person that's waiting for you on the other side, because this person has chosen to halt their reincarnation process to fully pass on. You believe in Jesus. There's hell, heaven, and in the middle is purgatory, I think. They're in purgatory still, but they chose to stay there because they want to wait to contact you, but it's also to do other things. They probably want to contact other people before they want to leave, pass on, continue on with their soul progression. One of the last interpretations I'm getting is here with the Aquarius card. I'm getting Bad Romance by Lady Gaga. And that's interesting because that can relate to the heart chakra, you know, about romantic connections and stuff. I don't think you want to hear this. It is what it is. I had to go through the same stuff too. It feels very kind of similar to my journey, but you have to have relationship lessons, but these are going to be tower moments. That's the issue. Okay, so I think that's the first tower moment that's coming for you, is in regards to relationships, but this feels like you're going to be embarrassed of yourself. You're going to be exposed of something. You would know what kind of messiness you're in whenever it comes to romance or people. You're two-timing someone, if you're in a third party and one person don't even know it. Whatever the messiness is, it's going to be exposed and came to light, but it's to better yourself. You'll see it in 3 years. That's what that it was for the best. But I'm getting this is like embarrassing. Like it's like you could have given me a tower moment with anyone else or regarding any other situation, but you decided to do this. But it's because you had to stop your messy habit. I feel like there's a messy habit that you're in comes to interpersonal relationships. You need to cut it out. Something else I'm also channeling too is people who are friends with benefits. Well, it's like you're friends with benefits with all your friends and their mom and their sister. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to laugh and make fun of you. It's just like you kind of did it to yourself. You get me? If anything, whenever you get caught and stuff, you're gonna be more of, I wish I didn't get caught rather than feeling remorse for the action you did. But this is just on the spiritual awakening progression. You have a lot of healing to do, and I wish you the best, Papa, okay? Please like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Good luck with all these tower moments. I swear it's going to all come to a halt and your life is going to become a lot more stable whenever life continues on in the next few years. Okay, like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys have a great day or night. I hope I said that beforehand. Okay, bye.